So I've been playing through the Halo Infinite multiplayer beta, and I have a few thoughts that I'd like to share when it comes to the state of the game, specifically the progression system that they have in place, the store, as well as the special event, which is the fractures, and how that system of returning and coming back, and there's a limit to I'll talk about it further in the video, but that's pretty much the talking points that I want to address in this video. And I do want to put out there that 343 has already stated that they're looking into making adjustments in different areas that people have mentioned when it comes to feedback. So a lot of my talking points may not be relevant when the final game launches, but nonetheless, I still want to talk about it and get my thoughts at the moment right now. So I will say, and this is huge props to them, is that when you put out a product and the biggest complaint that people have isn't the gameplay or the maps or the game modes or anything like that, it's the cosmetic side of the game, which is completely optional in the grand scheme of things. But you know, coming from traditional Halo, I can understand the pain points, but what I'm getting is that they've done a good enough job to where the gameplay, which is the core aspects of the game, is well loved. That's, you know, you've done something right. So I just want to toss it out there. But and I also want to make sure people know that talking about these issues isn't my way of saying like, hey, the game's doomed to fail or anything like that, because like I said, the gameplay itself is really good, but nonetheless, I still have issues when it comes to the progression system. So real quick, I want to make a little correction throughout the video. The next section, I'll speak about the armor kits, or rather the armor cores, and one of the pain points really comes from the armor kit. The armor kit is what I purchased to where you can't take the armor kit and replace various elements of it. The armor kit is one full item set, and if you swap anything off of that armor kit section, it removes the whole set, essentially everything that you have on it. So just want to toss that little correction there before I go on constantly saying armor core. It's armor kit. There's a difference between cores and kit, but still an issue nonetheless that I have with how things are set up. The first issue I want to talk about is the armor core system and the problems that I have with it. So I personally purchased one of the esports skins that they have in the store. Now, before anyone throws shades at me, I have the Microsoft reward system, so I use the points from that to get me a nice little gift card. Anyways, the reason I purchased that is because, you know, hey, I got the black and blue skin. I forget the team's name because I don't really follow the esports team like that, but I thought the skin was pretty cool. It looks pretty nice. So when I bought the skin, I honestly was under the impression that I would get the coating as well as the weapon skin and I think the signature logo, whatever it was. The problem here is that the armor cores and the armor coatings are linked together, and unless I missed that part myself, which if I did, I will admit there's fault on my part, should have done proper research, but if that's not clearly stated out there, it should be, because when I tried to swap like just the little symbol on the chest piece, it's the clan tag symbol, whatever it is, just swapping that alone removes the entire set. So if I wanted to take the N for whatever the clan's name is and slap a 1 on that, you lose the visor, you lose the color, you lose everything of the armor set, which really is just terrible, for lack of a better word. It's just a terrible system with how they set up, because from what it seems is that, hey, okay, I can't swap out the armor pieces of it. Okay, so what if I go back to the basic armor that you have from displaying the game, the basic set you start off with? I like the color that I got from buying the armor core. I can't use that. So I bought the armor core and I have to use everything in the armor core. I can't take the skin off. I can't take the visor color off. I can't take the little chest piece symbol off. I can't. I want to apply it to the base stuff. I can't. Having a system set like that just doesn't make any sense to me at all, because you're limiting player customization. You know, if it's just as simple as, hey, the helmet's really cool, but I really like, you know, this different armor set, I should be able to mix and match those together. And you can, from what I believe is that from the battle pass, there's some individual parts that you can earn, but if someone's able to purchase something from the store, they really like it, they should be able to mix and match it together. Like, come on now, as basic as a coating, and I can't change the coating and the whole thing just goes away, that just doesn't make any sense to me at all. And that's one of the issues that if they are looking into it, I hope they really do change it, because like I said, I like the color. That's one of the main reasons I liked it, is black and blue visor. I don't really care for the logo. I can't change that. I don't really, maybe I got the helmet from the event pass for the fracture event. I can't change that because that loses the entire thing. So that's definitely something that I think should be looked at when it comes to the full release of the game. So speaking of the store, there's a specific clip and point that's been brought up several times, at least on the Halo Reddit threads, that I find kind of interesting and kind of funny looking back at it. This was stated back in June, but essentially they're saying how that people won't be able to circumvent the battle pass by being able to purchase anything through the store.
All of these rewards are single source, so you're never going to be confused about where things come from. If you can unlock something in the Battle Pass, we're not going to let any other players circumvent that by purchasing it out of the storefront.
A lot of our stuff is unlocked through playing the game and only through playing the game.
Now, the problem with that clip is that you're saying people can't circumvent the store or circumvent the battle pass, right? They can't say, oh, I really like that kill effect, that's really cool. I can't just go scoop that up through the store. I can't toss real world money at it and get it. The problem here is that you can buy level ups for the battle pass. So essentially, it's a workaround. Like, you can't buy it directly from the store, but if you want to toss money at the game and still unlock it, you can. So, and I understand this is a free-to-play game, or at least the multiplayer is free-to-play. Destiny also has something similar to that for their battle pass, where you could just buy battle tiers. But like I said before, it's just kind of funny to me how they were like, hey, yeah, we're really doing this a player-first thing, and a lot of our stuff is earned through playing the game and only playing the game. But by the way, if you really want to just buy the the armor skill or the kill skill and the battle pass, you can't buy it directly. But if you want to toss like $2 for each tier, you can do that, and kind of work your way up. And it'll be like, what, $200 in total? But hey, if somebody want to drop $200 to still buy the skins through the battle pass, they can do that. So I don't think that's something they will change at some point, but it's just the damage is kind of already done. I would say, like, you can't really take back what was stated unless they wanted to. I don't think they would remove the buying tier system, because that's an easy money revenue generation for people. Like, I don't want to farm the battle pass, I just want what's there, so people will toss money out other way. But nonetheless, like I said, I do find it a little hilarious what was stated back in June, and then the final product is kind of different. So yeah. Now, the main talking point that people have when it comes to the battle pass system is how the progression feels very slow. The only way to level up the battle pass is through challenges, and you have daily challenges on top of weekly challenges. If you're slaying it out in Slayer, or you're holding down the zones and killing people left and right in Stronghold, you being a top player in the game mode does not progress you through the battle pass any faster than anyone else. The only way to speed through it is if you're doing the challenges. And the issue when you have the challenges in place is that if it incentivizes people not to play the objective, let's say, hey, you got to get a bulldog kill. Okay, hey, partner, help me out. I'm trying to capture a zone. Hey, I can't, man. I need to go get this bulldog and get the bulldog kills first. So I'm just going to skip the objective. For the people that are trying to play the game mode, they're not being rewarded for actually playing the game mode. It incentivizes people to go out of their way to ignore the objective. And, in some game modes, hey, like bulldog kill, Slayer, that's simple, actually playing the game mode. But if you have to do like stronghold captures or things like that, again, it just kind of messes with the play style of other players when they're really having to focus on the challenges. Because to an extent, once you complete the match, if you're not making progress for the battle pass, you feel like you've wasted your time. I was playing the Fiesta event when it came out, and I was getting very frustrated about it because I was doing like 3 matches, and as simple as it is with double kills, I went 3 matches without double kills. So I personally didn't like the game mode because I just don't like the random spawns. So I'm like, I got a pistol and an assault rifle. He got a hack sensors and the rocket launcher, and I'm dead left and right. So I'm already getting frustrated playing the game mode. Then I'm not getting any progress towards the actual event because the challenges just aren't really working in my favor. So that's one of the issues that I really hope they change at some point, because as I said, it could be very frustrating to play a game and just not feel like you progress at all. And I know some people are saying, hey, what happened to just playing for fun? That's what we used to do before, cosmetics were really a huge thing, and people still do. Like, you can still play for fun. When you have a customization choice for the players, and just going off the previous history of Halo as a whole, there's been options for people to customize their players by playing the game and earn the credits. Go back to Halo Reach. It was quite a grind to get some of the stuff in there, but as you're playing the game, completing the challenges, you're steadily progressing, and that's what people hope to see. The challenges themselves are kind of, I'm not a fan of very specific challenges. Getting X amount of BR kills, that's simple enough. Getting commando kills, that's simple. Complete Slayer match, win some matches, that's simple. But when you have a challenge that says get a kill in the flying vehicle against another player that's in the flying vehicle, that's a little too specific for me, because now I have to go to a map that has flying vehicles. So that's either play big team battle or play on the map with the sand in the desert. I have to find another player in a Banshee. I have to be in a Banshee, so I have to worry about my teammates taking a Banshee, and then I have to get the kill, so I gotta be good at a dogfight or avoid getting shot down by someone else. So it's a lot of variables in place to whether or not you can progress through the battle pass. And I'm sure the reason they have like challenges like that are kind of challenging is because they sell the challenge swaps, and you do earn them for free as well, but it's still, you have terrible challenges like that, you're kind of inching and edging the player on to buy those and swap those out and hopefully get something better. So that's why I really feel is that in the final product, I really hope they zero in on, hey, if someone's playing the game, that's good. They have a challenge like that, that's a daily challenge for 50 XP. That should be a standard thing you just earn flat out. That daily challenge slot should be filled with something else. The 50 XP I earned from playing the game mode should just be a basic thing that I earn. People should also be able to earn something based off the rewards, as a lot of people have been saying. You should be able to earn more progression based off of your medals. So someone's like slaying, they get triples, doubles, killing spree, you know, yard sale, whatever that means. I still don't know what yard sale means. You know, if they're styling out on people, they should level up faster. And then for those that are really trying to like, hey, I want to go all in on this battle pass, I want to unlock this thing as quickly as possible, that's when the challenges come from. Like overall, you should still feel a solid amount of progression by just playing the game. So that's something they really need to look into. Now, battle pass and progression leads me to want to speak about the fracture event. Now, where to start with this event? You have it to where it's split into, I believe, 6 weeks. And it's not 6 weeks you have to earn the full set. It's 6 weeks you have to earn individual sections of the armor. So what I'm trying to say is that, hey, week 1, it's a cap. You can only level up 7 times. Okay, so I won't be able to continue playing till week 2, which comes in, I think, sometime in January. So the first week is already active now, and you won't be able to do anything till January. Okay, boom. So if I miss, let's say 3 weeks out of the 6, you're basically telling players like, hey, you're SOL unless it comes back again, like extended vacation, because they're gonna have different events going through. You're kind of SOL and you won't be able to unlock everything in the battle pass, or at least the fracture event battle pass. Yeah, the battle pass, the limited duration of the event is ridiculous, and I don't know why they have it set up that way. But what's also very annoying when it comes to the limited event is how they have the challenges set up. So I was playing some of the challenges, or I was playing some Halo last night, and I got to the point of the challenge where there were no event challenges in my challenge section. Like, I had all weeklies I had to do, but they were basic weekly challenges. I couldn't progress the fracture event because all my weekly challenges were filled with basics. So you're limiting how long a player can play these events, but you're also limiting when they are playing the events whether or not they can actually progress because they can't get the challenges available to them. Again, a way for you to push the challenge swaps. So that's a little shady and a little scummy in my opinion when it comes to that. But I'll just put it this way. I play a lot of Destiny, and when I play Destiny, when they have, as much as I hate the grind when it comes to the Halloween events that they have, if I would just want to grind out the Halloween event because I want to get, you know, the weapons that they have available, or if I want to grind out some bounties to try to get the Bright Dust to get some of the skins available, I can do that. I can just keep playing it. There is some limits to it because obviously you can do so many weekly challenges, but essentially I'm being rewarded for playing the event. Whereas with Halo, since they have the challenge system set up, just playing the event alone isn't rewarding you progress through the event, which is something they need to change, because if it's here for a set amount of time and you're limiting how much people can level up, there shouldn't be a limit to how you level up the event. Like, there's already a cap there. You should just have it to where, hey, play the game, play the limited event, you're making progress, just done deal. And even, I honestly won't even say have it to where people can, if you're going to keep it limited, don't even have it to where like, hey, challenges are the fastest way. Just play the mode. Everybody just progress, play the mode. Everybody gets it. You know, if you're playing enough, you got it. You don't have to, okay, you're playing the mode, okay, but now you have to do the mode and get 10 assists, or you have to play the mode and get a double kill, or, you know, something like that. Like, you shouldn't limit how fast somebody can level up with a limited time event. It's already timed, okay? It's only gonna be here for so long. You shouldn't have limits on top of that limit for people to enjoy the event. That's the issue I have with the fracture event, because I think I mentioned earlier before, I was getting frustrated because, like, bro, I just need this double kill. I need a double kill so I can level up this pass. I just couldn't get a double kill for the life of me. So I wasted my time with 3 matches. You use the challenge swap and I get 10 assists. Simple. But I saw someone else have a challenge that says, just play 3 matches. Done. Like, it shouldn't be random like that. It should be consistent for everyone participating in the event. I personally feel it should be consistent in terms of how we all progress through the event. Because like I said, person A gets, hey, just play 3 matches, you're done. Person B gets, hey, I had one that says end somebody kill streak. So you're making me wait for someone to get a kill streak, and then I have to be the one to kill them in order to progress this limited event. That's too specific of a challenge for something that's limited. So I'm kind of, this section's kind of going on for a bit because I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense to me, and it's just really annoying to have a limited event like that, and then you just limit how people can level up, and then you have a level cap on how many levels you can earn, and then you have to come back X week later to play it, to progress through, and then if you miss out on 3 weeks, you're probably just not going to be able to get everything unlocked unless they allow people to buy tiers. Since it's so late, since it's the 4th week, you can now buy tiers. Like they said, it's gonna be free, but at this point I wouldn't put it past them to have something like that, but I digress. That's the current state of the game, and hopefully that's another system they're looking into and wanting to adjust, because if they're trying to keep this game, I think they said 10-year going on, we're gonna have more special fracture events going on, and you're gonna have to adjust that system, I think, because it's kind of, it wastes players' time. That's the main thing I want 343 to understand, is that if you have a system set up to where people feel like they're wasting their time playing your game, you need to change something, because at some point people are just gonna just start not playing it. Like I was playing Fiesta, I was like, I'm done, I don't want to play right now, I'll come back to it later. You don't want to have it set up like that, in my opinion. So that's it for this section. So one of the things that 343 kind of boasted about when it comes to being compared to other battle pass systems out there is that how with their battle pass, when you buy their battle pass, you won't have to worry about the battle pass expiring after a while. You know, I play a lot of Destiny, I think I reference this a lot, and with that there's a time limit to when the battle pass expires. And I personally found myself in situations with previous seasons where I was like, oh man, you know, I don't think I'll be able to complete this battle pass. It'll suck if I spent $10 and I have to worry about not getting everything in it. So when it comes to Halo Infinite, you don't have to worry about that. But as mentioned throughout this video, when it comes to the progression of the game, it's only so much of a plus that I would have in terms of, or I would give them in terms of, hey, the battle pass doesn't expire. But if I feel like I have to play forever to unlock the battle pass, then a part of me feels that, hey, if it expired, I would prefer that over what we have right now. Because then if I feel like I have to play less and I can unlock the battle pass sooner, I would prefer that method. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is that you can only say something is such a huge plus for so long until you add things to make it an overall negative at this point. And like with the, it's a free to play game, that's great, that's awesome. But when you have systems in place to where people that are willing to drop the $60 would prefer to say, hey, I dropped 60 now and I don't have to worry about spending over $1,000 if I wanted to unlock everything in the game that it has to offer. And that's kind of the issue that we're having today with AAA games. It's like in the past, it was like, hey, $60 net you everything available in the store. Only thing is you gotta put time and investment into it. Now it's, hey, $60 will get you a limited amount of things, and other things you gotta buy. I say limited things because I believe there will be rewards you get from the campaign mode, from playing the campaign and finding armor lockers throughout the world. So there is some rewards for buying a full game, or I guess being a Game Pass subscriber as well. But again, if the game being free to play meant, you know, longer progressions for the battle pass, with the battle pass being available forever, that meant taking longer to get through it, terrible challenges, a lot of people will opt in for just, hey, let me drop to 60 now and call it a day. Let me buy the battle pass and know that it expires, then having it last forever, but knowing I have to spend longer than I would like to unlock all the items within the battle pass at this point. So as mentioned earlier in the video, 343 has admitted that they are looking into making adjustments when it comes to the issues that they've had, as well as the overall feedback that they acquired. And my question will just be, hey, how much of adjustment are they willing to make? Because it still is a free-to-play game, so they still want to make money off the free-to-play multiplayer. Granted, you're backed by Microsoft, but that doesn't really matter, I guess, at the end of the day. But still, you know, they're still going to want to make sure there's something in place to incentivize people to pay if they really want to. So it's really going to be about finding that challenge, or balance, I should say, when it comes to how much of the system do we want to have in place to where, hey, you don't have to buy anything, but it kind of incentivizes people if they want to, but not in a scummy sense to where they feel like they're wasting their time like we have now. And how much of it is going to be, hey, yeah, this, you know, the average Joe can unlock this within, I don't know, 3 months, 2 months. Like, I know the seasons are supposed to go on for a long time, but don't stretch out the progress so long to where it's not fun to play. Also, one thing I forgot to mention for the factory event, why is it littered with like swaps and XP bonuses? Like, come on now, it's a limited event. Don't don't pad the season with so much. Just give us the actual islands, you know what we're there for. But anyway, they're looking to adjustments. Hopefully they make some meaningful adjustments. This is still a beta, so some of the challenges that they have in place, like play Slayer or play Stronghold, that's an issue right now because you can't select the game modes. But when the full game launches, I expect you to be able to swap, select the game mode that you want. So some of the challenges that we have now would be easier by that alone, but some of them still could use some changes. Like I have one that says get like 15 kills in a Warhog, or I had one where I had to kill a Banshee with my Banshee while they're flying their Banshee, and some people were saying they had to get Wraith kills and they couldn't find a Wraith, and when they finally got the Wraith, they got killed. So overall, you know, if they're looking into it and just seeing how that could ruin someone else's experience of the game, hopefully they take that to heart. Because as I said in the start of the video, you have people speaking specifically about the cosmetics of the game, and that shows how well you've done when it comes to the core of the game. And you don't want to ruin that goodwill because you're implementing systems where it just feels like you're being greedy, and I think people say predatory. I think I saw that tossed around a lot. So hopefully 343 will look at what the good that they had going for them, and whether or not the systems they have in place is ruining that for them. But that's pretty much all I want to say when it comes to the Halo Infinite. As I said, I'm really liking just the overall feel of the game. I have my gripes, but overall I am liking what's there. I would like to just see the progression change, handle the fractures change, to make it an overall good experience, to make sure people aren't wasting their time when they come to play the multiplayer. You know, people, yes, we are there to have fun with the multiplayer, but we still want to have some type of something to showcase what we've done while playing a game. Like, a lot of people love being a hero moment, but you know, if you're slaying it out in Slayer, as I said before, okay, your progress doesn't really show it. So it just again makes people feel like they're wasting their time. So fix that, and I really think Halo will be in a good spot. You know, it's been a while personally since I never really been huge into the multiplayer of Halo, but the way Infinite is set up, I could see myself spending more time here than I have before. And hopefully if they make those changes, then I'll feel all the better just to put my time and investment into the game. So that's about it. But yeah, that's about it. If you want to comment down below, if you watched it all the way through, I appreciate that. Let me know how you guys feel when it comes to the multiplayer, if you like it overall, if you think the system they have in place is fine since it is free to play. Let me hear down below if you think that's okay. If you like the armor core system and how they have that set up to where you can buy the core but you can't swap anything out, let me know if you like that too. If you like I didn't really talk too much about the prices. The price for some of the items, people say it's in line with other free-to-play games, but $10 for a skin and like I think $15 for like some vehicle skins are a little bit too much, because like it's free to play, but buy a few things and you already spent $60 on the game and you could have gotten the full game. But that's a different conversation I have when it comes to microtransactions and games as a whole. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna cut the video here, and yeah, have fun playing the Halo Infinites and doing all the teabagging, keep the tradition alive.